So anyway, we have a featured artist. This is a lady that we played way back on episode 28 when Dave and I were pretty much just starting out together. We're now on episode 59, and Dave came in around episode 5 or so, and we played one of the songs from Nadira Norjahan. Is it Norjahan or Norjahan? I always say
Norjahan.
I have to ask. What is
Norjahan.
it? Norjahan. Nadira Norjahan. Welcome to the Indie Music Live.
Hi, guys.
So thanks for hanging out. You've been here for a little while, being patient and being nice. And
very respectful.
Introduce everybody to Nadira here. Nadira, I love Nadira's music. She's doing an awesome thing. She is working out. She's from Philly, lives not too far from there now in Delaware. But she's a full-time indie musician. Doing the damn thing that she quit her job a year ago to do this. I'm sure we'll find out more about that when we get deeper with Dave. But but I just wanted to introduce you, have you just sort of give your spiel. When you walk up to somebody on the street and they're like, hey, who are you? And you say, I'm Nadira and I do this. Just give us that spiel and then do me a favor and introduce the song Comfort. And then we'll go ahead and listen to that and we'll come back and we'll get deeper with Dave.
Oh, God.
Okay, I need to let everybody know I've been cracking up because these guys are so much fun. I love you guys so much. You guys are so much fun.
Thank you.
I am Nadira Norjahan, and I usually don't walk up to people on the street and introduce who I am. And sometimes I kind of have to say hi and goodbye because sometimes it's the guys who are, they're interested in all this other stuff, and I gotta let them down easy. But anyway, how I introduce myself when I go on stage is like so. You ready? My name is Nadiranorjahan. Nadira Norjahan. You like that?
Oh, I can see how that would be a little weird on the street. So yeah.
Exactly. So, how would I introduce myself? Well, I am West Philadelphia, born and raised, just like the Fresh Prince. I really enjoy music. I've always enjoyed music. As a little girl, I was kind of troubled and depressed, and music kind of saved my soul. Poetry, I write all of my music, so everything that you hear, except for one song on this new album, which we'll talk about later, is written by me. I'm very proud of that. Very good composer without any major training to do so. My instructor, my vocal coach, is Dr. Owen Brown Jr., who is also in Philadelphia, and he has trained some of the greats. I have my recording is by the tracks that you hear that are always dope are by Mr. Samuel Archer, which I will definitely plug you guys in with some information about Samuel Archer, but I'm telling you, without him, this stuff would not be as great. And it is Love, Pain, and Redemption is my latest project, which just came out in May. The project that you guys kind of featured was Soul on Fire, which was my double A side from 2014, which was one of the songs on what we call a double A side because there's no B side because both of them are hype, live, and dope. So,
cool. So
me,
Comfort. Tell me about Comfort.
Yeah,
Let's
Comfort.
listen to Comfort, and then we'll come in and find out everything else about you.
Okay, let's talk about Comfort. Comfort is a song that actually now has a music video that was released yesterday. Cool. Go to YouTube and check that out. Comfort is basically about comforting your man. We don't do that enough. We don't talk about the comfort that the guy needs for his, for all of the stressors that the man has to deal with. We were designed to be your comfort.
I like it already.
That does not preclude you from, reciprocating. But this song is about that because we're often, we hear the songs and, he treated me bad and da-da-da. But there's good guys like the three of you.
Rob, take it away. Let's get some comfort in the house. And then
let's play it.
Deeper with Dave.
Oh.
understand who we are. It's very clear to you and me, moving righteously in our home. You are the king and I am your queen. It ain't weak for you to find your rest, so when you're tired.
Here we go.
Hey.
And that was Comfort, Nadira Norjahan.
Yeah.
Time to get deeper.
Deeper.
With
Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to go pretty deep tonight. Is that going to make you uncomfortable if we go deep in front of people?
Well, you know, I'm all for it. If I need you to stop, I'll scream banana.
Yeah, just ease back, because I'm going to go in inch by inch here. Okay.
That's my power word.
Banana hammock.
Bananas is my safety word. That's right. So if I say bananas, whoa.
All right, you know what? You want to go deep? Let's start deep. Why don't you like recite some poetry? Do you have the ability to do that just on the fly? Let's do it.
I have the ability to read some of the poetry that I have written.
Okay,
yes,
let's do a deep one. Let's do it.
Okay, this is called Good Girl. Sometimes I don't want to be what people expect me to be. Sometimes I just want to break free and just be who I want to be in the moment. Sometimes I want to be soul. The next I want to be rock and roll or sing me a ballad to soothe me and just please me. Just me. Sometimes I don't want to say what people expect me to say. I want to tell them to go away. Sometimes I just want to say every harsh word that comes to mind because they deserve it all. Sometimes people make you want to go there because it seems they don't care. Sometimes people push you and hurt you on purpose, but I choose to be kind. I choose to love. I choose to think of others first, even when it hurts. But deep inside, if I'm honest, sometimes I don't feel like being a good girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to get up when the alarm goes off.
Yep.
I want to say F it and bury myself under the covers for a few more hours. Get there when I'm ready. Sometimes I want to get in my car with no one along, just me and my dog, and drive till I run out of gas. But these thoughts don't last. Always thinking of who I leave behind. Even when they forget me, because I choose to be kind. I choose to love. I choose to think of others first, even when it hurts deep inside. If I'm honest with you and me, sometimes I don't feel like being a good girl. It's never really hard for me to just be me, although I'm judged and people criticize me. They go about their business. Sometimes they don't reach back, but at the end of the day, they ain't paying my way. So why should I care anyway? But I choose to be kind. I choose to love. I choose to think of others first, even when it hurts deep inside. If I'm honest, sometimes I don't feel like being.
Oh, God. Nice. I'm feeling it.
Now, was that deep enough? Was that deep enough?
That was pretty deep. I was starting to think. Deep. I was wondering, was this page 1 of 300? I didn't know when to come in. I'm like, oh no, is she reading a full book here? But
oh no.
No, Nadira, here's a question for you on this, because all the songs that I wrote, I wrote poems first and then just kind of tweaked them a little to become lyrics. And then that was it. That was the lyrics in my song. Do you do it the same way? Like that poem you just had, is that going to become a song, or do you like to keep it separate?
Nah, you know what? In the beginning, it was more poetry and then set it to music. But now it's more like inspiration of real life. Like something might just pop in my head and I'll just, have to write it out. I usually free write and then go and edit it the way that I want it to flow. My poetry is generally kind of separated now. So my poetry is it kind of stands on its own. Actually, Love, Pain, and Redemption is separated. It has 3 sections on the inside. That's love, pain, and redemption. I know it's kind of dark, you guys can't see, but
no, I got it. So
there's 3 different poems.
I got you. So it's a different process for you when you sit down to write lyrics and you sit down to write a poem. It's
It
two
depends.
totally okay.
Oh yes. Yeah. Well, it depends on what the inspiration is. I'm a writer first, so I might get inspired to write something. So if I get inspired to write something, it will become what it becomes. if that makes any sense. You're a poet also, so it becomes what it becomes.
Okay, so I was in a deep struggle before the show, hours and hours. Sweating profusely, trying to figure out
We don't need to know your bathroom habits, dude.
No, I was just laying in the bathtub sweating, trying to figure out what is the artist that this woman sounds like, because first of all, it's a great song, awesome mix, well done, beautiful voice, feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the comfort as a man. I'm feeling that comfort, but.
Let me be your comfort, baby.
Oh. All right.
Did you figure out what the song is, though?
I want people to put in the chat who they think she sounds like, the male version of it, though, because I was going to Lou Rawls, and I know that's not what it was. So I was going through all his songs. Listening to Lou Rawls, I'm like, no, this isn't it. I'm like, who is it? Because it's based. You know what, dude? There's a little JoJo Keys in this sound. There's a little, honestly, there's a little Steely Dan in there. Like, you heard that, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I gravitate towards her music, of course, because of how it is.
Yeah, just like a jazz fusion R&B. I mean, it's just got a really nice vibe. I mean, there's like a full spectrum of the past like 30 years just kind of sprinkled throughout. And like the chord changes, some of the chord changes, that's where I'm going way back like 20, 30 years. And that's what I really want to find what artist I'm thinking of. And I'll post on Facebook or something. But
those chord changes, I'll tell you, I'm definitely responsible for a lot of the composition of the vocals and whatnot. But those chord changes, I'm telling you, that's Sam Archer. That is Sam Archer.
Oh, man.
That is Sam. Sam does it to it. He does it to a track. And I'm telling you, you guys can, and he's actually an artist, so you guys can get him online one day. I mean, he's really awesome.
I think if I talked to Sam, I'd probably figure it out in about 5 minutes. But in terms of influences, so you said, what are yours? We talked before the show. What are your influences in terms of creating your sound? Because there was a lot that you were talking about that I was surprised at. So you want to just say like a few of those?
So as a kid, there was Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Rick James, but there was a lot of hip. White Snake, Def Leppard.
Rick James and White Snake and Def Leppard. Like
rock and roll.
I fell in love with her.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I went to school for a little while in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and that was all they were listening to. Rick Astley and what was Taylor Dane and all those. So I actually, just so you guys know, I grew up in the Christian church, in a very, very conservative Seventh-day Adventist church, which we weren't even allowed to clap when we sang. So I come from a very, very conservative area of music to a very non-conservative area of music.
Don't clap, young lady. Hey, don't clap, young lady.
We weren't even allowed to do this. In the black church, if you go into a black church, you generally will see us, rocking and stuff. And, we like to rock, we like to move, but, we were not allowed to do that.
All right, Joe, I'm done, man. I've said my piece.
All right, cool.
Deeper with Dave.
Now it's time to get back.
Thanks, Dave. That was great.
So Nadira, I don't want to cut you off or anything like that. We're just on a little bit of a time constraint. So
we're
going to talk to you all night long. And speaking of which, if you want to hang out with us on our Thursday night Indie Musicians Roundtable, you're more than welcome. It's kind of the same sort of setup, but a little more loose, where we hang out. We actually sort of review and talk about music that's been submitted to Indie Music Plus that didn't quite make it to this show. And that's Thursday nights, 9:30. So if you're ever interested, it's an open invitation. We pretty much invite former featured artists to join us at this point. We want to open it up in the near future, but we have a nice pool of people right now in our featured artists that we already know and love and stuff. So all you guys are always welcome. So Nadira,
Excellent.
finish us out. Just give your shout outs, where people can find your music and all that stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and move on and close the show out. So go for it. You got
Okay. So again, I'm NadiRaNorjahan. And you guys can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google me. I'm on YouTube. Everything is Nadira Norjahan. So this, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys
I'll
see
Google it.
Rob was putting up the graphic earlier.
And I have my own website, so go and check the website out. I have 2 music videos, Soul on Fire, one is Comfort, and we're doing a lot of great things. Like I said, all of this stuff would not be possible without Samuel Archer, he was the connection to you guys. He is Team Nadira, and I appreciate him so much. I appreciate you all. You all are very great. Thank you so much for your honest and open criticism of our music because we need it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Right on. Appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for spending your evening with us, or at least a portion of your evening with us, Nadira. Stay in touch. Don't be a stranger.